Hello everyone, this is Greyshot117 bringing you the 100th episode of CoH2 online replays while Taiwan #1. Okay, nice. With me, a special guest for this replay is Woodstock.
And I will interrupt Greyshot in every sentence he does, ever.
No, oh, it's fine. My brother does it all the time. With replays he does, so we're in the same room. He just constantly does it.
He's hilarious, I love that.
Oh, it's great. Give me some of what you are smoking. Oh, that's reassuring. In any case, it's a 4v4 on Lord's Assault. And we have Woodstock with the name I can't pronounce. God damn it, Woodstock. Why can't you ever have a pronounceable name?
Never. I actually have promised once to, put a pronounceable name to one of my friends, and I put it, but it only lasted a couple days. So yeah, rip.
And that's how you got Woodstock. It's just like, okay, everyone remember because that was the only time.
Being a little weird fuck in the chat, of course.
The Pants Juice is kind of like that. Let's see, we have also Jimmy and Brandy. Enemy team, we have Duffman. Oh, a clan. Entomologist, Ancient Defender, and Vaughn. So it looks like we have a weed discussion going on. Alright, so anyway, I'm looking at down south at just some Stern Pioneers annihilating some infantry section. That's why you keep some distance between them. Oh, wow. That was
definitely a mistake to put them there. I wanted to help out Panther just a little bit, but yeah, I didn't realize there would be Storm Pioneers up in that house so quickly, so I kind of got my infantry section all shut up, which doesn't really work out in my favor.
Yeah, but what was it? Panzer Juice pulled back, and looks like he was able to use his M. Oh, what? Nope, he's pushing forward.
I do not know what he's doing.
Yeah, he pushed forward. The Stern Pioneers got back in the building, started owning his men.
Oh yeah.
All right, so okay, in the middle looks like again we have let's see, 2 British, an American, and a Soviet with 1, 2, 3 OKW and a Wehrmacht. I like the heavy emplacement idea with Jimmy. That way he could get some cover because that middle area is pretty much a bitch. It's like there's no cover at all coming in from that side. The road is
42s, which of course they're gonna get.
So yeah, I see that. Also, Stern Pioneers.
Focus. And yeah, Stern Pioneers too. Really dangerous.
Okay, so they got the church as well. On this map, that's like the focal point. That's the point you always want to take. And it looks like they're trying to block off that roadway, stop you guys from flanking.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they're gonna try to do, is control, the center and the north. But you'll see what happens. Like, there's a lot of fighting in this area, pretty much.
Yeah, that's what typically a lot of people go for on this map, is because even though you have this castle area, no one ever goes for it, and it'll usually be a 1v1 down south, and then it'll be a 3v3 up north.
Pretty much. Most of the time, the reason I never go for the castle is that just the pathfinding is really weird, and against Stern Pioneers, you can get your units killed really quickly, and yeah, that's why I never pretty much go there. Of course, Panther just is kind of in trouble, so we should probably be helping him, but we're kind of focused, a little bit too much on the center right now.
Yeah, this guy doesn't have a building though, so he can't throw those fire grenades. So right now, his Vickers is owning them.
Oh yeah, from the house, definitely doing some good work.
Well, a little bit.
She's gonna go.
Let's see, middle.
To medical HQ. Very close to the front line, really early on, which is going to be a little bit of a pain. I don't think it...
Is he going to set that...
Yeah, he's going to set that as far up as he can get it. It's going to be a little bit of a pain to take it out there, but once we do manage to breach through, it's going to go down really quickly.
I would have rather put it there's a little bit up north, there's a patch area. I would have done that because it's a little bit harder to detect, and it's easier to... you could easily, make sure your infantry doesn't get spotted. Or even the emplacement. See, in the middle of the road, I find it easier to take out.
Yeah, there's gonna be if an AT gun can get up there, I really don't know what happens for most of the game down south because I was focused on the middle, but if Panzer Juice can get an AT gun up to those sandbags, it can fire at the HQ without any issue and take it out really quickly. So that's why you really don't want.
Jimmy had a nice flank though. Oh, nice flank. Now pushing out those mortars. Making an opening, very, very good. I see. Looks like they all went medical. That's interesting. You figure at least one would go mechanized.
Yeah,
try to get a Lux or a Stuka.
Probably would have been a good idea.
Yeah.
For those Stukas, but they are gonna get their fair share of support guns, so they can pretty much.
Oh boy.
Yeah, they can pretty much compensate for that. And this mortar is gonna be useless. I can just already tell you, like, without any issue that like this mortar was just placed a little too far back, a little bit too far back. Because I thought that if it placed it a little bit more forward, then it would be destroyed while building. But then Jimmy came on the flank and it was saved, so it was kind of a mistake.
Okay, so actually both you and Panzerjuice both went the new doctrine. So you went the advance emplacement,
Yeah,
and
that was our
Panzerjuice went the
plan,
mobile
because
assault.
Panzerjuice had the mobile assault, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'll try the other one. And yeah, pretty much. So he's gonna get.
I see what Panzerjuice is doing. Yeah, with flamethrowers.
Yeah.
Oh, those look good.
It doesn't really work out as much as he wanted to, but you know, I'll hold off. And that mine was brutal. Holy shit.
Oh, I just saw that too.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
One Royal Legend.
That's why if you're ever versing OKW, always have a minesweeper, because goddamn, they love to place their mines.
And I'm pretty sure you can only upgrade one. You cannot upgrade both minesweepers and flamethrower on the engineers, which thankfully you cannot, because that would be kind of worth it. But you know, yeah, you need to be at least. You need to always have at least one minesweeper. It's like something that I always say.
I just saw your Bofer. Oh, that's a little bit of a
It's very aggressive. Yeah, I told you that I'm kind of aggressive with those. It's actually gonna do decent. But you'd think that it's a little bit too far forward, but it's gonna do decent in the end. Like, at the beginning, I just braced a little bit too late, but I'm gonna be able to save it in a little bit, because Jimmy was really smart in bringing up the ambulance very far up, and it's gonna help us so much. It's gonna help us so much.
It's in a good position. You're guarding it. It's not really easily flanked, so yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Guarding it, and they cannot really kill it. It's gonna stay alive pretty much until they get lots of artillery. So yeah.
Oh, beautiful! Of course. But before anyone says, "Oh, Grisha, why is the ambulance better than the HQ?" Yeah, the ambulance is mobile, so if they get pushed, they can move it back. You can't move back that HQ. Oh, your Bofer! Oh yeah, nice hits.
Dealing heavy damage to whatever comes up. And the artillery ability is going to be really useful, because look where they set up their HQ. It's like in range of the artillery, so the little Bofer's barrage. So it's going to be really, really nice. And I upgraded it with fortifications, which is like 90 munitions. It makes it way more resilient, but yeah, it's just really useful. I'm not sure it's worth like having a whole slot of the, commander be on it, but it's like it can be really nice on a Bofors.
No, I totally get it, and I feel like this is good for people who. There's some people who they won't even touch the fortifications for the British. They'll go for the armored car and try to like push heavy.
Yeah,
and some people are like, we're just.
But yeah, there's some people who are very, very focused on fortifications.
Wow, the Bofer AT gun combo, very nice. Just trying to snipe that thing.
There's nothing really they can do at this point to dislodge that, but as you can see, they're starting to already get lots of support guns and mortars, which is going to be our bane, pretty much.
Yeah. I'm seeing... Wow, yeah, I'm seeing at least 3 pieces of arty right just in that location.
And that's where it would be useful for my mortar to be a little bit more up, forward, so that it could, fire back with the counter barrage, but...
Yeah, I see more up north, but I'm also seeing a lot of MGs, which is probably why they're getting also a lot of support guns and sending them north, because he has like every building.
Yeah,
well, one just retreated, but he had like 3 buildings.
Yeah.
The Soviet way.
Yeah, and he's gonna occupy the church a lot too, so they're gonna have that problem.
Well, the church is great.
So,
yeah, I mean, like the church is a great location.
And it's like, it's not very vulnerable against support guns, because it's very spread out. Like the people in the house the models get spread out very far, so they, one support gun shot does not damage too many people at once. So it's a little bit more resilient.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to help Panzers a little bit, but it's really not working out right now in our favor because of that medical HQ. He can always just come back and have fresh forces.
Yeah, maybe if I was Panzers, I probably would have put like a fort assembly like right behind this small house by the point, That way, at least you
It
could
might
get there,
have been
or
a
even
good
by the
idea,
trees.
but the reason he did not do that, and I wouldn't have done it either, is because he's lacking manpower, and he wanted to get some of the commandos out. Because he's been having a little bit of trouble, so he wants the commandos. I'm not sure if it's worth, you know, skipping the assembly, but that's what he's gonna do, I think.
Well, the flamethrowers seem to be working out pretty well for him. They're literally
really
burning everything in their way.
They managed to steal one Maxim, though, which is gonna be a bit of a pain.
Okay.
And
let's see. What do your allies got? Yes. Yes, Brandy. Thank you. B4 doctrine. Yes.
Yeah, B4. The B4.
Oh, nice grenade.
Oh, that was a really nice grenade. Yeah, I saw that just playing around.
Sorry, that's my favorite doctrine. I know it's stupid. I know it's cheesy.
It's okay. It's okay. My favorite doctrine is Soviet Reserve. I mean,
yeah.
Can't get.
Let's see. We also have the tactical support company. So the Calliope, which was nerfed. Actually, how bad was it nerfed? Do you know?
It was, as I recall, it wasn't that bad of a nerf. One of the main things they did, though, that I really like is the fact that you cannot get your crew out anymore, so you cannot get like 6 of them, and you know still have the pop cap. Because what people would do is they'd get the Calliope and then fire off a barrage and get their guys out, so it wouldn't cost the same amount of pop cap, and then just call off as many as they want.
Yeah, I had a replay. Someone did that, and they did like 6. What was it? I think that one time they had like 10 of those things on the field, just like with 3 different guys going the same doctrine, and they all fired on a King Tiger, and it's just like, oh my god, this is overpowered, or at least this needs to be fixed.
Yeah, and thankfully they fixed it, which is the reason that the Pershing cannot get out. But you know, at the same time, the problem with the Pershing is that with how much health it has, if it gets damaged and it cannot, you know, get your crew out, it just takes forever to repair, which is not an issue with the Calliope, because obviously you shouldn't get it damaged in the first place. But,
that being said, at least with the Ford Assembly, you can upgrade it now, which you do. You do have that. Royal Engineers.
It's really nice, really nice. The problem with this is that like the Ford Assembly is 240 manpower, and then plus the 200 of the retreat point and the 200 of the engineers. It's a really expensive building, and it's really easy to kill. So that's why I don't exactly like the Doctrine that much, but a more defensive player than me would love it, pretty much. Because if the Forward Assembly was in a place where it could be really more easily protected, yeah, that would work out very well. And I managed to lose all my infantry sections because I'm bad, but, you know. There's also the fact that the support guns are pounding me pretty much the entire time, and I mean, it is to be expected because I'm just playing, like, you know, in a way.
Yeah, I'm seeing, like, 4 support guns, so yeah, that can be quite annoying.
Infrared, which is helping them out so very well. Like, the infrared in team games is so important and so neglected by a lot of players that it's honestly a bit of a shame that not that many players build the infrared halfback. Because if
it doesn't have a very powerful gun.
Oh my god, it dies easily, man. Why would I buy it? It just dies so quickly.
No, but it's great for reconning. You need that recon. Recon is so important in this game.
Very important, especially in 4v4. In the other team, you know, another game modes as well, but in 4v4 especially, because there's just so many things that are happening on the field that you want to be having as much intel as possible at all times.
Yeah, so it looks like they're barely holding on to that front line. You guys are pushing with everything you got. Down south, Woodstock and them still going back and forth. I know Woodstock used that. What was it? I want to get this right. The mattress.
Yeah, the land.
I want to call it the mantis. The mantis so bad, but the mattress. Halo reference, but the mattress. It killed a few of his Volk squads. I mean, it decreased his numbers, but again, it's just a constant war down here. But up north, the same thing where it looks like what was this guy's name? Ancient Defender and oh god, who is that? Yeah, Brandy have been going back and forth consistently. But that being said, it looks like Ancient Defender is actually pushing the Soviet player out.
Yeah, he managed.
So they are getting that north hook.
That nicely stolen Maxim that he has in the house. Now I'm trying to come in with the Centaur.
But your Centaur's coming in.
But Yeah, I'll have a bit of problems with the Centaur because of the fact that it's not that great against buildings, and they will always know where it is thanks to the infrared. So you will always be able to, you know, pull out more Shreks to, you know, fight it off. So it's gonna be a really good Centaur, but I'm gonna have to work a little bit with it.
But it looks like you're about to sneak up on the support guns.
Yeah, I tried to take out the support guns, but when I see that the Shreks are coming back, I immediately pull away. So I do manage to get one support gun, I believe, because the Centaur is just really good.
Yep, you did.
So that's nice.
Hey, that helps.
Off, but you know, the more vet one is still alive, 18 kills. So there's still a little bit of a problem. And about the Len mattress, I used it in another game that I played after this one, and it's quite decent, but the problem is that it's got 2 minutes of reload time, and for a, you know, fixed, well, not fixed, but like they, you know, carry it around on foot. So, you know, the main problem with it is the fact that it takes forever for it to set up in a good spot, and then you might miss, and then you have 2 minutes of reload time. So, yeah, there's that problem.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's really powerful.
What is Brandy doing with those MGs? My god, there's a little bit of overkill right there.
How many does he have?
He's like, I'm gonna charge. Well, he charged the front line with 2 MGs and lost one.
Yeah, the Schwer.
I don't know if...
The Schwer took out the last one, and now the other one is almost dead. I'm just running away.
Yeah.
It's dear life.
I'm just of the mindset of just like, don't give the enemy MG, especially OKW, because they could they need them.
Yeah, pretty much.
But it looks like he's trying to focus on shock troops.
Ancient Defender would really like some MGs because he went breakthrough, so he's not gonna have the MG34.
And Entomologist, let's see, he went Scavenge Doctrine.
Yeah, Duffman is gonna go for the Sturm Tiger, so just, you know, a little bit of a spoiler, but yeah. And somehow
I'm not a big fan of the Scavenge Doctrine. I just don't see it being very useful.
But that was before I realized just how important it is to get MGs. The reason I used to really like it is because of the Ostwind and the Jaeger Light Infantry. The Jaeger Light Infantry is pretty damn decent in numbers, and it's, you know, not very expensive, so you can get a few of them, and also you don't require munitions with them, unlike Obersoldaten. So I mean, they're always pretty decent. But the problem is, of course, you know, you don't have MGs, you don't really have some, you know, really big late game unit, other than, you know, if you want to go for a King Tiger, it depends, but, you know. And the Ostwind can be a little bit of
armor,
so, yeah.
I actually just see, excuse me, 2 Panthers coming off, so that could be very bad for you guys.
There's gonna be a lot of Panthers. There's gonna be a lot of Panthers, and it's gonna be really hard to deal with them. Yeah,
I'm actually curious. What did you and I mean, KV is not very good at fighting that suit. Let's see. You went with the Comet, and Panzer Juice went with the Churchill. So at least you have some good armor.
Yeah, I really prefer the Comet to the Churchill. The reason I prefer the Comet to the Churchill pretty much every time is that the benefits of the Churchill unlock do not outweigh the fact that the Comet is, in my opinion, way better than the Churchill for the cost, because you always need some kind of anti-tank, and the Comet is just really good against vehicles, and also just it's so fast that you really need some kind of fast vehicle late game. Like, the problem with the Churchill is that while it is really, really tanky and doesn't die, if a Panther comes up, it can just chase it down because it's so slow. I don't really like it.
Yeah.
But the rest
now the Panther tried to kill your Centaur, but Jimmy comes in with all the AT and pushes that thing back.
He's gonna be really, really the main force for our team in the center. With all those riflemen that he has, it's gonna be really important. So he finally gets his Calliope, and that's gonna help out against the, you know, all the blobbing and of the support weapons.
Oh yeah, because right now, again, it's one major choke point. It's just... Let's see. Actually, speaking of the Churchill, it looks like, the Churchill was deployed down south. I like it because, again, it can take so many hits. It's great. Plus, its gun while it looks like, oh, that gun is worthless, you know, it actually can go up toe-to-toe with a Panzer IV.
Yeah,
so while even though it can't fight off a Panther, it can't, like, kill a Panther. It can at least hold its ground until you get more support. While a Comet, I find, is a little bit more fragile, and although it is, again, a good, like, it's a good strike unit where you could send a bunch of Comets in, hit a target, and get out of there very quickly. You couldn't do that with a Churchill. It's too slow.
It's more of a playstyle thing sometimes, too. Like, if you're, you know, the kind of player that likes to flank a lot, the Churchill won't really do much for you, but it's really a matter of sometimes.
Yeah. This Panther is trying so hard to run over this guy's shock troops. He's trying so hard.
The shock troops and it's failing.
What is this? Oh, nice Jackson.
Yeah.
Wow, and good hit. 3 penetrations. Very nice. But the bulk squads are moving in. Nothing but run.
I think the artillery piece has been built, which is going to be a problem. I don't.
Let's see.
Yeah, no, maybe it's a little bit later. They're going to build the German artillery, like the Wehrmacht one, the fixed. Oh no, it's the Brumbar. Okay, yeah, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, he did get Brumbar.
Yeah,
he killed your emplacement. Oh,
I placed it way too far ahead. I did not know what I was thinking there, honestly. And
I just saw this.
The mistake that we're doing is we're not sending anything to capture the the castle, which is completely undefended. We should just be sending like some random engineers there every once in a while, but we're not doing it. Which is, you know,
I see a big mistake right now. They put 2 buildings really close to each other. You should kind of spread that out a little bit.
Yeah, they're doing that, and it's gonna bite them a little bit in the ass. Because once we get our artillery up, we're gonna start barraging those buildings very, very much, and it's gonna be a problem for them.
Yeah, actually, once again, although Panji's trying to push, this guy is holding his own against him. Although finally got that forward assembly.
Finally, it's a little bit.
I mean, it's tough to fight Soldaten, but he's Woodstock. Panji's actually doing a pretty good job, I think. He's oh, nice mine. He hasn't given up. He still has a presence there.
Yeah, he hasn't.
Although he's moved up
too many units, which is good.
Yeah, he moved up that land mattress way too close, though.
A little bit too close.
Way too close.
Die to the Oversoldat really fast.
Yeah.
What he should be doing right now is sending the minesweeper engineers to the land mattress and recruiting it as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Because as long as he keeps that, it's gonna just help him out against the Obersoldaten so much. And there's a big fight in the center, which is probably what he wants to see.
I'm just seeing what special abilities. We have a recon pass. We have some precision artillery that was just called in. We have a... trying to see. There's something special coming in. I see the Sturm Tiger was deployed, but... What is this, like, ground...
Which one?
Something was called in the area. There's like a round... There's 2 round circles going around. I just can't figure out what it is.
Yeah, I see them too.
Maybe maybe the recon pass or something.
Yeah, it's the recon passes. It's the recons. Because I asked for some recon to get some artillery. I used the precision barrage on the Schwerer, the purple one. I'm not sure if we have the same colors, but yeah, it didn't do that much. I just wanted to see how good it was.
Yeah, they just called in some heavy artillery, or the 105 howitzer barrage on your thing.
That will be a little bit of a problem.
So even with all you guys fighting, they still are holding, which I find really remarkable. I figured that you would have broke them by now, but no, they're still holding pretty well.
Yeah, thanks to the fact that they played pretty well with their buildings. They managed to protect them and use the infrared to just know when we were coming and just pull whatever they needed to defend, just in time. They were able to pretty much repel us, and now we're in a bit of a more defensive position. Because we were just thinking of pushing and trying to end, but at this point we just know that it's gonna take a little bit longer than that.
Yeah. No, and I do like how this guy got Brumbar. At least he got something that's like, okay, let's just grab Panther. No, get something different that is something the OKW doesn't have.
Yeah, they
the
were
Brumbar,
well
I don't see.
His friends all went for Panthers, so it's good that he got the Brumbar as quickly as he did.
Yeah, and the OKW Panthers a bit better than the Vermont Panther, so it makes sense why he got it.
Because it can blitz and it can get depth at 5, which is really good.
Yeah. Wow, those support... oh my god, you're poor in placement. I don't know how those men are still on that turret, to be honest. If this was actually real life, those guys would have died, like, so long ago.
Times over, yes.
Oh, Jackson, 2 stars, knocking out the Brumbar, very nice.
Yeah. It was really good bringing up the Jackson as quickly as he did.
Yeah. Let's see. By the way, down south, I love it. Duffman, thank you for bringing up the Sturm. Thank you for the Sturm Tiger, Duffman. Oh boy.
He fired once at, I think, the
he got, yeah, he wants. I think he hit the Churchill. Yeah.
Because he doesn't have any kills, but he has vets, so he probably shot at the Churchill. We have a KV, but the problem with the KV is that
I'm looking at the B4 right now. It's so glorious. It's so great.
It just got 6 kills.
And if you look at it, it's beautiful. It's beautifully placed because it can fire directly at anything that comes around. So it can do a direct strike. I find the direct strike iffy, but at least it's an option for him. It's always good to have.
It's good when they're coming straight for you, pretty much for nothing else. Which is a
yeah, I see. Also, by the way,
we have a bit of a problem in the south. They managed to steal Panzer Juice's land mattress. That's gonna bite him in the ass.
Oh, they did. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I just wish that he would have been in the chat when that happened. He wasn't very happy.
Really?
He really wasn't.
Never would have.
And he was even less happy when he gets his ass blown to smithereens by the land mattress, which, you know, isn't very good.
I would be worrying about the Sturm Tiger if he's a good Sturm Tiger player, which that was a decent shot. That could be a bigger threat in my book.
But I'm not sure if you've seen that.
Just not well timed.
Yeah, it was well aimed, but unfortunately he was just a little bit off, and it actually survived.
At least he's
just a little bit. Which is,
at least he's smart enough to realize, like, hey, I can fire through buildings. Because a lot of people are like, oh, I have to fire directly. Like, no, fire through brush and terrain. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. Sneak up on them.
Yes. Because when they changed it to make it so you can fire through terrain, I don't think a lot of people got the memo that you can do that. So that's why.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's why the Pac 43 is infinitely better than the the British one, because the Pac 43 can fire through buildings and brush. It's great.
I honestly prefer the 17 pounder because it's not as easy to recruit, honestly. But if it wasn't
so
easy to recruit, the Pac 43 would be way better.
Oh, you have a comment. Very nice. Finally have a comment.
The first of many, but the comment is just a really good tank. You can use it well.
Yeah, well, you're going in. Looks like Jimmy's coming behind you with some Jacksons for cover. This guy's a lot of Volks, but he doesn't upgrade them. Let me double check his munitions. No, wow, he's low.
Ooh,
Everyone is low. This is not a game where someone manpowers or hoarding, or someone does like a bunch of fuel or something. Everyone's using everything they have against each other, which is nice.
Pretty much.
I criticize my brother all the time because he has like 1,000 manpower. But it's like, I don't need it.
You do need it. Believe me, you do need it.
I could see a great Calliope shot right in mid right now because they have so much of their artillery kind of like clumped together.
Yeah, look at those mortars. They are all like bet 3 and bet 2, and yeah, just a pain in the ass. Because whenever we try to do anything, we just get blown up very fast by all this stuff.
Yeah, you have like 4 or 5 pieces of artillery hitting you, of course. Also, speaking of artillery, they did finally build that RD piece you mentioned.
And yeah, that artillery piece, because like everyone says that it's bad, and it probably is bad, but it's gonna do really well.
Okay, the thing I find is the fact that when sometimes people know how to use it and they think, oh, this is great, but they don't change it up. Once that thing becomes Vet 3, do not just have it hit like mobile targets. Start hitting known fortified positions, and that could be the enemy's base for all that. For all you care. But if you knock out the enemy's base, I mean, like the American and British base are all together. Like it's just one big. It's not like the Soviets, which is kind of like spread out. If they're all compact together, you have enough arty shells, you can kill like again their vehicle depot or something like that, and stop them from getting Shermans or Jacksons. That's huge.
Especially in smaller maps, you can really do that, and people won't expect it. On this map, it does not have the range, but it still has the range to shoot at pretty much all of my stuff, and at the B4 too. They managed to decrew the B4.
Oh, that poor Jackson! Get away!
Oh god, yeah, that Jackson, Vet 2. Lucky. Oh no, maximum range shot from the pack. Took it out.
Oh, Calliope annihilating those support guns. Very nice. Very nice. Even destroying one. Perfect. So yeah, at least that helps you with arty.
We really needed that. A little bit of a reprisal. And land mattress just got decrewed again. But on the other side, but it still got decrewed.
So I just noticed this. So Panzer Juice lost to Churchill, and now if I had to say what's this guy's name? Duffman. I think it might have been from the Sturm Tiger has no, it wasn't. Maybe the Panther.
Maybe the Sturm Tiger
Panther has one,
but then the Panther finished it off. Yeah, it's likely the Panther.
Yeah. Oh my god, the best thing to do is like immobilizing a target with the Sturm Tiger. It's like even if you don't kill it, immobilizing it is a death sentence.
If you get a direct hit on anything, it will likely immobilize it.
But that being said, speaking about just like again immobilizing, the Yag Tiger has been deployed, and you have a giant open landscape, and so that thing is just gonna wreck unless you guys have some serious like long range AT that you can get close to it, but that thing has the range that it's very difficult.
Yeah, I was wondering whether or not getting a 17 pounder was a good idea, but then I remembered that they have like 17 artillery pieces, so I decided to not do it. So the only way we're gonna have to deal with the Yak Tiger is with some good flanking, honestly. But the problem is with the Panthers, the Panthers are gonna be a little bit of a nuisance in that sense. Because whenever we will try to make a push, the Panthers will come in and just wreck.
Oh, his B4 got decrewed. And he has another one, though.
Yeah, like, I was just telling him to recrew it, but I don't know. I guess he didn't listen. I'm gonna recrew it eventually.
Okay. But, no, I felt like, and especially on this map, the problem is the fact, like, it's hard to flank because, again, you can't really flank for the castle area because that guy is so heavily defended. I can see now that, Jimmy's moving down his Calliope's down south to help Panzer Juice, and it looks like you have your Comet down there too, killing the Sturm.
Yeah, we had to do a little bit of a combined push to help get rid of that because it was just being too much of a problem for Panzer Juice.
Yeah. Nice, and again, nice job with the Calliopes, again, just knocking out that HQ, making sure his infantry can't be healed.
Yeah, really a bit of a shame that the infantry had just moved away because I think he heard the sound of the rockets. If those Ursulan that stayed there for just a little bit longer, they would have been all pretty much wiped out.
Yeah. And I'm seeing the big issue right now. They're taking mid.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gaining more ground on mid, which is bad because you guys had like that point. Was it that like that point like near them, and slowly but surely they've been pushing you back. So I hate when people just keep doing the same thing over and over. Like a lot of people in replays, they'll be like, best comeback ever, and literally they just got lucky from just like hitting their face against the wall so many times, finally got through. But in this scenario, it's like, okay, what can we do? Well, the north is so heavily fortified by Ancient that we can't go through there. But if we break the guy in south, we have a perfect flanking opportunity down through their lines, which is a smart idea. I mean, like, It's like using the map like cover in like playstyle to your advantage. If you can quickly knock out the guy down south before the others can react, you can easily flank.
Yeah, that would have been the best thing. Unfortunately, we don't manage to finish the guy off as much as we wanted to.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it was probably should have been pushing way harder on him because he was obviously isolated. So just use some forces to hold off in the center, and I could have used my comets a little bit more aggressively in the south because they are just so fast. So I can come in, finish off Duffman, and then just rush back in case there's a fight. But we cannot.
Yeah.
We did not manage to do that, and it's gonna bite us in the ass. Especially because, like you said, banging your head against the wall is just a terrible idea, and I just missed the B4 by just a sliver on the Yag Tiger, which is a bit of a shame, and it got decrewed again.
Yeah.
And now look at the artillery.
I mean,
like, look at the artillery firing at my comets. It's like, damn. It's actually.
Let's see. I'm trying to get the range.
Damage.
Oh yeah, if it gets a direct hit, it'll definitely do some damage. Also, they're doing recon planes now, so I think
definitely.
What doctrine's that again? Yeah, joint operations. This doctrine's really good because again, the recon plane, the PaK-43. I like a lot of these different units. Also, the light artillery barrage. If he does that right now on Jimmy's forces, or like if he could do a lot of damage. Oh, is that plane gonna crash? Oh, never mind. For a second, I'm like, is that plane gonna crash into Jimmy's men? No. Okay, good.
The problem with their recon is that this Centaur is gonna be a bit of a pain. It's gonna shoot down a lot of recon planes.
Yeah. Well, they have an Oswin too, so there have been planes falling throughout this game. I wonder if it's like there ever be a thing, be like a mod where it's like after 10 planes you're done. The Air Force like we quit, we give up, stop.
No more planes.
Yeah.
I managed to lose my vet-free infantry sections, which is a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, I see a bigger problem because they are slowly but surely able to like do a kind of a looks like a right hook on you guys. It's like this ancient defender is like pushing through the church area, trying to break you.
Yeah, he's having a bit of problems with the Soviet, but at the same time he's also managing to put pressure, so that's very good for them because they really need it in the center. Especially with the Yag Tiger, he's being a real help to them.
Yeah. The good thing is it looks like the hill is preventing the Yag Tiger from getting some nice shots because he keeps hitting the ground occasionally, so that's kind of helping you guys out. But that being said, I just watched almost kill a Jackson in one hit, so yeah, you need something.
Yeah.
Let's see, your Comet's coming around. Alright, being pushed back.
Yeah, I'm getting shot at by the Panther and I'm there.
We got Duffman got a king, and also he's using that the mattress to just knock out that fort assembly. That's gonna be Although we have 2 Fireflies now, both with rockets. So Pain Juice has what, 600? Yeah, the great thing about this doctrine is you get a lot of since you don't have like heavy bombers or some RD strike, you have a lot of munitions you can use. Again, the best thing to do is just get Jacksons. Commandos.
Yeah, they're a little bit suicidal right now. The King Tiger.
I mean, sometimes you need suicidal commandos.
440 manpower. You really don't want to be losing that squad. It's really easy squad.
Oh no.
It's only 4 guys. Actually, they're a bit like.
But it's the same.
Now that I think about it, because
that's what I was gonna say.
40. They're both 4 men. They can camouflage and they go into houses. So.
But the thing I like about them more than the Fallschirmjägers is Fallschirmjägers I feel like are more easily detectable, where those things aren't. That being said, Fallschirmjägers are better against like armor, like they can actually like Panzerfaust stuff.
Yeah.
I think the light Gamma Bomb's okay. But if you really want to do damage to the enemy, like armor, Fallschirmjägers are better. If you want to do damage against infantry, commandos are better.
Especially thanks to that, engine damage, which is really useful.
Yep. Oh, this guy is not retreating his Panther. Yep, there it goes. Dude, you're in a kill zone. Oh boy.
And
the B4 almost hits the Panther.
The B4 will have a lot of near misses. And it will be a problem for us. Because if a lot of those near misses had actually hit, it would have been really, really bad for them.
The RNG gods have are not favoring you all that well this game.
The B4 is really, really reliant upon RNG Stalin being with you at all times.
Yeah. But that being said, like, I don't know, like, some games, it's just, like, when it works, oh my god, you can get hit after hit after hit. Especially when you get the B4 ranked up. And when it hits Vet 3 and it has a better accuracy, that's when it shines.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, okay, but it looks like right now, it looks like Panzer Juice is just finally broken, which is not a good thing. Duffman seems to have pretty much pushed...
He decided to bring his Fireflies up to the center, which is like... It's a good idea, but it's a little bit too late. Like, he manages to take out the Brumbar, but now he's gonna push into a little bit of a kill zone.
Oh my god!
What happened?
Okay, that's what I mean. So the Yag, Panzer Juice did 6 rockets at the Yag Tiger, brought down to near down, and the B4 killed it. That's what I'm talking about. He did lose one, but I would say it was worth it to kill Yag.
Control for like 15 seconds, that Firefly that he lost. It was just being a little bit of a derp, and yeah, like out of control vehicles sometimes are very much a nuisance because you might be just standing there and you kill a vehicle, and then it just out of controls and just takes the revenge shot and kills your tank. It's like, okay, thanks, game.
Yeah. But from what I can see now, Duffy might be pushing into Panzer Juice's base. Like, he has his armor right next to it.
At this point, we were just, you know, trying to scramble a little bit and, you know, help out Panzer Juice. And we decided to have help him out of Jackson's. Because that's what he does.
Yeah.
Thanks to the,
although...
you know,
yeah, I'm just seeing this nice... Yeah, the infantry are moving up. They're taking over the point. Your comment's doing some nice blind shots on them, but again, it's a bunch of really highly vetted troops, so it's not really doing all that much.
Yeah, the problem that I'm having is that I was a little bit too careless with my infantry and my engineers, so right now I have good armor, but I don't really have the infantry to support it / repair it, so that's the problem.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I'm trying to push them into the Calliope barrage, but he manages to retreat. So I do still do a lot of damage.
Yeah, but right now you guys are definitely in a situation where you need to do something now, because right now they have a majority of the points and the munitions, and the last thing you want is the Germans to have overwhelming supplies.
Resources, yes. We're trying to make a push up top, but it's not going to work out. Now the Stuka.
Yeah, the shock troops are doing well, but I mean, they can't fight a Panther, but at least they're pushing back the infantry and capping points.
Yeah, it's not like the Panther can kill the shock troops too quickly. But still, it's pretty good, but not that great against infantry.
Let's see. Oh, did he get another one? Oh, he has another Yag. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, pretty much we're at the point where whenever they lose something, they just rebuy it instantly. And that plane just demolished the house completely. It was an interesting plane crash. Almost into an entire infantry blob, but it destroyed only a house. Only a house.
I miss the days of the plane like crashing and killing like an IS-2 and stuff. Those were the days.
Plane crashing on Sitter Summer.
Oh my god. Again, it's great, especially when the enemy's like, we're just gonna go, was it Luftwaffe, close air support or something? And it's like, they just keep sending in planes, and they just keep falling. And it's literally like, again...
buys like 6 quads just to kill all the planes.
Yep. Oh, I've had a game where we had like at least 10 pieces of AA just surrounding the corners of the map to just kill every plane that comes in. Because that's all they would do. They would call in plane strikes, and we're like, okay, we're done. We're just done.
I'm just gonna buy all the
we won that game. Barely. We won it, but... Alright, so let's see up north. Oh, you guys are... nice Centaur. Nice 3-star Centaur. But, yeah, I mean, it looks like up north you guys are holding off the attack, and it looks like the Soviet player... Again, Brandy's doing pretty well. Down south, Andrew seem to be doing okay.
We can hold off.
He has another Churchill.
And yeah, he's got another Churchill finally. Now that there's no Sturm Tiger, the Churchill will be a little bit safer.
Yeah, I mean, although they could always use the high explosive AT shells, and they could do a lot of damage. So that is the counterpoint. They don't have the. They could still do a lot of punch. Wow. Okay, there's the king. Come on, king. What are you gonna do? You're just gonna. All right. Nice commandos, by the way. At least he uses commandos to kill the Verkenwerfer. That way he could clear that, move up.
And also, don't forget that they're providing sight for his Fireflies that are pounding the King Tiger really heavily at this point.
Absolutely.
He's kind of lucky though that the commandos aren't being more heavily damaged.
I just saw your northern push. I just noticed all the armor moving up.
But it's not really working out because we walk into a bit of a trap with all the Panthers and the Panthers just turning around really quickly. Because
and while I do like the KV, it's just it can't take as many hits as a Churchill, so it's just.
Yep. Or an IS-2, or even a first ring, to be fair. Because what we were thinking was, also I do not know what my Centaur is doing. I might lose it, I think. Because I'm being really too reckless with it.
Come on, Centaur, run!
Oh, here
comes
the
Centaur!
Which is a bit of a problem. I'm gonna try to kill it, I think, but not sure if I'm able. Okay, yeah, I do. That's pretty good. Like, the thought behind the northern push was... Also, I think the King Tiger just died down south.
By the way, letting you know, at a 3-star, that artillery piece can hit hit the base. At least the Soviet base.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, that's the thing. It's got 42 kills, so... You can see why
what was it on
a problem for us.
Lenin Forest, someone built 3 RD pieces outside their base, and literally their main mission was to get it 3-star, and then once they did it, all 3 started firing on my base.
Ow.
I was OKW. I'm just like, what is going on?
Yeah, being repeatedly hit by artillery is one of the worst things that can happen to you. Like, it's just so frustrating.
The B4 unfortunately just got decrewed again. Oh boy.
It's like the 17th time I got decrewed. At this point we're kind of giving up on
come on, baby, get to rank 3. No, not again.
Yeah, the King Tiger.
Oh, we finally have a Stuka.
South, but also the Churchill died, which is a bit of a problem. And then, yeah, the Stuka is a bit of a problem because, look, it's just gonna continuously hit us. And the problem is, while we do have a lot of armor, we also need to just repair it constantly, and that's when the Stuka will hit and just do the most damage to our repairing guys.
Okay.
More plane crashes. More plane crashes.
I just saw the plane crash next to your comets. Oh, finally you ran over some guys, but you hit a mine.
Yep.
What is this Volk squad doing? He's just running around circles. He's like retreating, but he like ran around the tank. I was like, what? He ran around it and looked like he was about to run into the building and like and then realized, oh, I can't do that anymore, and just ran away. It was like, what? Pathfinding. Oh, wow. Yeah, I would say the problem with the current doctrine that Panjus has is, unfortunately, it's not. It seems to be a great like early to mid game doctrine. But like late game, without heavy armor or heavy ordnance, you really just don't have that push. But the shock troopers are providing that. I'll say that. Kind of helping out.
The same thing with the doctrine I chose, the emplacement one. Also, we do have a really nice push south with the shock troops, which is really what we needed. A little bit of infantry help for Panzer Juice, because he does have the armor.
Oh, come on, grenade! Nice grenade from shock troops.
Really good grenades coming down.
Was that a B4?
Yes,
that was a great B4.
It could have been way better though. This is what I'm talking about.
It could have.
Problem of the B4, and that was a really good tulip rocket.
Yep.
Sniping the.
Oh, I didn't even notice the king like on the beach. That's pretty great. Just hanging out.
A little bit of a whale.
The beached whale. Let's get it back in the water, guys. Let's put TNT underneath it. It'll work. I swear.
Just put it like...
Oh, boy.
Just put a propeller on it. It might work. I don't think it's gonna float, but...
Have you ever seen that video where the people are like, let's put TNT under a beached whale to put it back in the water?
No, I've never seen that, and I'm kind of happy that I didn't see it, to be honest.
Here's a good example. It doesn't go in the water. It just goes everywhere.
Oh, yeah. That kind of makes sense. By the way, that's
like, we may have put a tad too much.
Yeah, maybe. It's you know, it's one of those things where it's a little bit of a balance. You need to balance out between moving it and actually blowing it all up, which
yeah,
it might be a bit of an issue.
Speaking of which, again, you guys did some awesome damage against Duffman. Oh, that was another good B4 hit. And it seems like, from what I can tell, that the German forces aren't so closely packed. They're kind of more divided. From what I can tell, they're not as closely clumped together and organized, so they might be losing a lot. Oh, okay, yeah, you just lost the Panther from your Comet. Very nice.
That was a really good shot. And yeah, here I fail.
Well, okay.
I fired at smoke because I'm thinking it's a white phosphorus, like the Cromwell has the white phosphorus shot, but the Comet actually has the smoke. So
isn't it like 2 stars or something? No, it's 1 star. Okay. Yeah, 1 star you get that.
And I just lost my vet-free Comet. Like a bit of an idiot. Because I was trying to make a little bit of a flank up top, but they came in with another King Tiger and a couple more Panthers, and they managed to destroy my Comet.
Yeah. So you have a decent Comet force. We have some Jacksons over here, pretty nice. Again, the Calliopes are there. Abandoned V4. But that being said, you guys are also kind of a situation where you guys are kind of like scattered about.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say a little bit earlier when you talked about the Germans being more spread out. We are also kind of more spread out, and it's hurting us more than it's hurting them, because with the way their forces are, they are a little bit more versatile, if it makes any sense, because they just have the Panthers for the anti-armor with the Panzer Fusiliers and the Obersoldat just being really useful against the infantry along with the artillery. Whereas, we are kind of a little bit more specialized. Like, the Soviet has a lot of anti-tank with the AT guns and the SU, but without the shock troops, he does not, have anything against infantry, and the shock troops are in the south. So. Yep.
By the way, I just saw the Stuka and the Arty just kill like an MG, 2 artillery piece, not artillery, 2 AT pieces.
AT guns. Yeah, that was devastating.
And I feel like that's why people say the Germans are easier, because their forces are better against more targets. Like, I can honestly say, like, the Panther, even though it's more specialized against armor than a Panzer IV, it's still a really good overall tank.
Especially once it gets...
Then you have, like...
Once it gets better and see it with the MG, it can still do a lot of damage to infantry, and it's just so survivable that, it can pretty much be D-tank in these kinds of situations. Which is why they can just push up so easily against me. Like, I have 3 Comets, but with their 2 Panthers and the King Tiger, they are able to still push up against me and force me back a little bit.
Yeah, that front armor. But actually, while you were being pushed back, Panzer Juice finally broke
to break through, yes.
Duffman. Yeah, again, the rocket strike just tore up his Panthers, so he had to fall back. He's a King on standby, and he still has technically 2 Panthers, so he has a good defense and a good counter if he can get that up. But that being said, that's the first time he's been actually like knocked out fully.
Yeah, the problem is that at this point, and I mean, don't want to be sounding like a little bit of an asshole, but at this point, Panthers just should have really used a lot of it, especially as Fireflies, because they're vet-free both. They should have really been in the center or in the north to help us out, because we have a chance right now to regain the VPs, because we really need it, because we only have 40. But at this point, we have too many guys in the south where there's only, there's the VPs, we have them. We do not need that many forces down south. He's going to try a little bit of a flank, but it's a little bit too late. We really need now, at this point, his forces in the center. So, yeah, that's going to be the problem right now that we need to face.
Well, from what I can see, he has a ton of commandos going behind enemy lines. So
yeah, but there's a King Tiger there.
Also,
There's a King Tiger.
Also, if he can fortify and start doing some strikes, well, the king will.
To fortify, thankfully, at least.
But like, I'm not trying to be mean to you guys, but you guys have been trying to press north for quite some time. That has not been working out very well.
Really, really
every time.
Working out. Yes.
Yeah, which is why I will counterpoint and say that at least Panzer Juice is opening up a new front, which is very lightly defended compared to the north, where they have mines and heavy tanks. And oh, is that a nice Gammon bomb?
Almost.
No. Okay. Yeah, but it looks like your push is doing pretty well. You push back the 4-star Panther, you're pushing back the King, you're pushing back the other Panther, although the Su-85. Yeah.
Yeah, the artillery finished off one of my comets, and now the Panther will deal lots of damage to the SU as well. Okay, the SU is running for its life, but it does not manage to run away. There's no escape from the Panther.
Oh, the Stuka. Oh, wow.
That Vet 5 Panther has been a big, big pain for us. And at this point, the other problem is the fact that they can keep a lot of stuff in the center with the Brumbar and the Jag Tiger. They can both defend against vehicles and infantry, so that's why they are able to keep the center for pretty much the entire time.
I'm looking at total manpower, and it seems like they have way more than you guys, at least by overall average, like 20 more men.
And that's just the work of the artillery.
Probably a fair assessment.
This is because they were able to use artillery better. Like, Jimmy was able to get some good Calliope shots, but unfortunately the B4s couldn't pull through as much as we hoped it would. Partially because of the RNG and partially because of them being always decrewed. And we have a nice flank.
These Fireflies are in the worst possible spot possible. Also, they missed their strike.
Yeah, they miss? I didn't see. Oh, yes, they did.
Yeah, they missed. It's like, you literally put yourself in a corner in which you couldn't retreat, Panzer Juice. You want to push into enemy territory, but make sure you have an escape route.
And that's pretty much why I said that I think the Firefly should have gone back and come, back around to the north or the center, instead of, opening up another front and flanking, because Fireflies really aren't the best flanking tank. Like, they're good defending a position, or just surprising the enemy with a big rocket strike. But
you want something else pushing up, like taking the brunt of damage, then they snipe them without even knowing that they're there.
Exactly.
Wow, Duffman's so nice.
No, I mean, like, Duffman is actually on me and Panzer Juice's friends list, so that's why he's taken a little bit of liberties.
Oh, I know Duffman as well, so it's like, I know some of these guys, so yeah. I assume was this a public match?
Yeah, it was a public match. It was just,
I figured.
My coffee, so I will just explain away my bad playing with the fact that I was still kind of sleepy. But honestly, like, the main problem that I faced in the game was the fact that I was just banging my head against the wall, first in the center and then in the north, just as you said. It was just a really bad mistake by me. Because with the fact that I had comets, I really should have gone south to help Panzer Juice a little bit earlier. And just use the mobility to just flank around. But I didn't do that early enough, and I paid a lot of... paid a big price for it.
Oh. Yeah. I also find that you guys just... And this is a problem that I feel like a lot of people have, is... I like... Don't get me wrong. I do like the Mobile Assault Regiment. I just don't feel like Panzer Juice has something... Because all you guys have some arty ability or something like that that can help break up their... Like, behind their lines. But if Panzer Juice had, like, heavy bombers or something like...
From the...
To actually hit...
Or maybe the... the artillery cover from the tactical regiment? Like the one that's...
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that one would be perfect.
That is secretly the most powerful ability. Like, I had that sprung upon me. I had no idea. I thought they were cheating. Because I'm just like, what is this? I've never seen this before.
Pretty much. The problem with that ability is that sometimes you get a little bit too... I don't have the doctrine, so I don't know. But like, for some reason, a lot of my friends that use the ability, for some reason, sometimes they just pop it for no reason. Like, I do not know if it's like the fact that it's so powerful that you want to use it all the time, but Sometimes people just pop it for no reason and waste 300 munitions on it, but it is, if you use it correctly, the best artillery strike in the game. Because it can just decimate armor so easily with the stuns that it gives, and it's just really good.
Yep. But I think that's going to be game. Also, I feel like maybe Woodstock, you should have probably stayed up and did a precision bombing strike on the artillery, because then you would have been able to neutralize that.
I
again,
actually managed to royally fuck up once. I asked for a recon on the artillery, and instead of calling it down on the artillery, I actually called it down on the HQ, which is why it's like almost no HP. I did take out a couple squads, but yeah, that would have been a pretty good idea to take out the artillery piece. And yeah.
All right.
So
let's see. Overall,
is decent, but it's not too great. It's not as good as some other ones for the cost.
Okay, so in any case, let's see. Overall damage and overall score. Again, everyone did really well. Brandy was probably the weakest in damage, but it still got a decent amount of kills. Let's see. And also, I'm looking at everyone's rank. Everyone is a really high rank, so you can't say like, oh my god, they had low-level players. They're all high rank. Shut up. And even if rank doesn't matter, it just says they have a lot of skill. So let's see. Captain Jamie got most damage, most kills. Also went to him, but second, you're very close. On the enemy team, and again, we have Ancient Defender. Yeah, with 80,000. I'm going to say his Yag helped with that.
Yeah, that was the Yag, mostly. Just like how,
No! Actually, his Panther. His Panthers got 34 kills.
Oh, yeah,
16 kills.
He was the one with the Vet 5
Or 34,000 damage.
He was on the Vet 5
Panther. He never died. Yeah. And then, the worst player was, Vaughn. And although he got the most kills, which I'm assuming is just because of his arty.
Yeah, the artillery and the Panzerwerfers. Also, he had the Brumbar, which, you know, it's good for getting a lot of kills. Yeah, pretty much the explanation for the damage difference is that Panzerjuice was able to fire a lot of Tulip rockets, so that's how he got all that damage, but Brandy got less damage because he was always artilleried a lot, and he had the KVs, which don't do as much damage against vehicles. So that's pretty much why he had less than it seems. And on the other side,
I would say
the guy was pretty much their dedicated anti-infantry with the artillery, so that's why he has less damage.
Yeah, you guys couldn't do like the final kill blow.
Push,
like you guys had them, you just couldn't crack it.
Finish it. Earlier on, it was those HQs, and then once they managed to defend them with the artillery, they managed to just push us back and use the Panthers to hold back whatever armor we got. Until they got their Yags and Kings and Storm Tires, etc.
No, yeah, you're right. Again, you broke Duffman, but you could not break the rest of them, and it cost you. But again, overall, I would still say that was a very entertaining game.
It was pretty entertaining, yeah, to play too.
Yeah, I cannot say like there was a bad player. Like none of you guys I can tell were like, oh my god, this person's being very bad. It's like they were all doing well. They each played to their strengths, and they each used their doctrines to their full potential. So I really can't say like, oh my god, the pathfinding by this person. Like why would they do this? Sure, Panzerjuice sends forces by enemy lines, or like again the random armor like fails. But
everyone makes it.
Other than that. Other than that, I mean, like, it was, Panzerjuice was just trying to help you guys by flanking the Yag and stuff, so I can't really blame him.
Again, we should have just gone in for the South a little bit earlier and broken the South because it was just isolated. And then if I had
gone because you had all that armor there.
Yeah.
Like, you had, like...
If I had gone in with my versatile Comets, instead of having Panzerjuice just be forced to flank with his Fireflies and just... Yeah, I could have flanked way better, and a little bit of a switch would have helped us out. But unfortunately, I was a little bit too tunnel visioned, and I paid the price for it.
Yeah, but overall, still great game, Woodstock. Also, thank you again for allowing me to actually co-commentate with you, because that was pretty awesome. But in any case, everyone, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe to not only my channel, but also Woodstock's channel as well.
Yeah, shameless.
I'll put that in the description.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And, yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
See you.
All right, thank you, Woodsock.